Hello, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time frame you are in the world. I appreciate you for clicking on this video. For those that don't know me, my name is Lightning Hearts, and today I'm making another video on Under Knife and Birth. But this video is going to be a little different. I want to have a real talk, sit down, discussion, conversation, whatever we're going to have, wherever this video may be. I just want to convey my feelings and my thoughts out here to y'all, the people on the internet, to see if y'all agree with me or not. Or y'all might be on the other side of the screen like, damn, this nigga's just talking a bunch of shit. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about. That's completely fine. As long as I get my truth out there and my points, I'm cool with that. I don't care about negativity. I don't care about controversy. I just want to speak my truth on a platform that I want to create for myself. So that being said, like, subscribe, all that YouTube boring shit. I'm not gonna annoy y'all with that, but it'll be heavily appreciated. But that being said, let's move on with the video. Alright, Under Knife and Birth. This is the real talk I'm gonna spit to y'all. Under Knife and Birth, hands down, is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. This is the fighting game that got me into the genre of fighting games. Taught me the neutral aspects. Vorpal and the game's core mechanics is addicting, in my opinion. The way you gotta navigate because your opponent has certain resources. The characters are great. The music in Under Knife is amazing. Everything about Under Knife I love. Even the story is kind of interesting. Even though I'm not too deep in the lore, you know, it's not too bad to check in once in a while on what the story is or how the story is progressing, right? But what really grinds my gears, not to have no Family Guy reference, but what really like makes this game so annoying to play sometimes is, you already know, netcode. Delay based netcode is a bottom bitch in 2022. Get rid of that shit. Put that shit in the bottom of the bikini bottom. Again, and people don't convey the negatives of Under Knife and Birth, but Under Knife and Birth really has bad netcode. I cannot stress that enough. We absolutely need rollback, without a question. Rollback is absolutely needed now, because if you're only playing on one map or two maps, training field or park, just to get somewhat of a stable connection, somewhat, or just to minimize the lag, that in itself should reinforce that, yo, this is a serious problem. We need rollback 150%. We need it. But people probably don't care because the player base is so minimal. And I don't blame people for leaving this game at all, because the way the game is, right? The game has no content, nobody pushing the game out, and nothing to really look forward to, right? I want to hit y'all with an example. What we got in Under Knife and Birth ST and what we got in this version of Under Knife and Birth, which is clear, is very fucking minimal in comparison. I'm gonna repeat myself. It's extremely minimal in comparison. ST, we got Mika, Phonon, Ikiru, and Wagner. And you know, I think like 2 maps or something like that. Mind you, ST, Mika, and Phonon were already in the arcade version. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. The arcade version before the console release in Under Knife and Birth. So those characters I technically can't really count. So ST, all we really got was Ikiru and Wagner, right? Cool. $60 for ST. I'll support French Bread because I love the game that much. Valid, right? At least ST included 4 characters and a balance patch to where the game felt different, and it has somewhat of content with like DLC color palettes, right? What we got in Under Knife and Birth Clear is probably the most annoying fucking thing in the world. We got a laggy ass stage that motherfuckers don't even play on. Mind you, we got a stage that we can't even play on, one character, and a questionable ass balance patch. And y'all probably looking at me like, yo, Lightning Heart, you're bugging. Why are you saying all this shit about Underknife and Birth? I'm saying it because nobody else is saying it. I want to put the awareness out there that, yo, this game is great, but this game has its flaws that needs to be addressed. How in the actual F are French Bread supposed to know how to move on about developing the next Underknife and Birth game if nobody is saying its flaws? Because when I go on YouTube about this game, all I see is old tournament footage and old outdated guides on characters, and nobody's talking about the problems that we're facing right now with this game. Nobody. No one made like a little video, no one made this, whatever the case. You can talk about it in the Discord. That's completely like, I'm not attacking people, but the fact of the matter is, it like you're not gonna know it's a problem until someone addresses it, right? And I'm here, and that's my job, apparently, or obviously, is for me to address the problem in the room, or the elephant in the room. This game needs rollback. This game is fucking dead. I don't want it to be dead. I don't think anybody in the Underknife and Birth community, this beautiful ass community, wants this game to be dead. But when you have a shit netcode, that's the end result. Nobody wants to play in 6 or 5 frames. This shit needs to, we need rollback. 100%. Rollback is absolutely needed. At this point, it's like, why not even add it? If Cross Tag can get fucking rollback and Central Fiction can get rollback, and those games were out way before Clear, how come Underknife can't get rollback? Oh yeah, well, it's a different company, French Bread. And you know, I don't want to make this video like making me sound like I'm shitting on the company or I'm shitting on the game. That is not my objective at all. My objective is to spread, or at least be the voice that motherfuckers can hear and be like, wow, that I didn't even know that was an actual problem. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, we need to address this so when the next new game comes out, it's not going to be present. It's not going to be an issue. You get what I'm saying? Like, this game is too good for it to be dead all the time. And that's another point I want to come on. Like, the game is always, like, I don't care what anybody says, and this is my truth. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Underknife and Birth, throughout its lifespan, always had a period of time when the game was deserted. Whether it was late, ST, or Clear, the game was always in that migrate state, like that little, like you would see the same people hop on online all the time. You would go on Underknife, and I know every Underknife and Birth player can relate with me on this. You trying to find games in the Discord, nobody hits you up. You look on the search thing, the network search, you see the same motherfucker that you fought yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. You go on Rank Match, you see the same people grinding on Rank Match. Not to throw anybody's business or spot or make anybody's spot hot, but at the end of the day, I want this game to be populated, bro. I don't want to have to constantly hit up games or hit up people for games. That shit to me is like, bro, this is like annoying now. I want to just hop on and play. Oh, yo, anybody wants to play East Coast, West Coast? I don't want to do that shit, bro. I can hop on any other fighting game and find a game reliably quick. Underknife, I can't do that. I fight the same beautiful people over and over and over and over again, which is not a problem, but it's like, bro, I want variety at the end of the day. I want to fight a Narase, I want to fight a Hilda, I want to fight a Kido, I want to fight a Hyde, I want to fight a Seth, I want to fight all these other characters. But if I'm fighting the same person that only specializes in one character, you can see that it's going to get redundant, right? So for me, the game being dead is an annoying thing. And you know, that's not the company's fault, but it kind of is, because the company is not giving us content to where we can look forward to, and where the people that left can slowly migrate back into the game. You get what I'm saying? And this video is gonna make it sound like I'm just bashing on Underknife, but I'm not. I love it that much to where I can talk about its flaws. I have situations to where when I'm streaming, oh, by the way, I stream on Twitch. It's gonna be somewhere in the link below. Follow me if you haven't. Support, show love. I'm gonna show love to everybody that comes through in the chat. But back onto the main point. Every time someone asks me, yo, I'm interested in Underknife and Birth, should I cop it? And for people that don't know that lingo, should I buy it? Should I buy Underknife and Birth? I'm always hit with a dilemma like, yo, I really want to recommend this game to this individual or this person, but I know for a fact that you're a beginner. And as a beginner, you're gonna get your ass kicked, or not find people of your skill level that consistent. So you're gonna spend money on a deserted game to where you won't even find people at your skill level to where you can like see the beauty of the game. You get what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to get their ass bust unless you, oh, I shake my camera, forgive me. Nobody wants to get their ass bust by a nigga, especially if you're beginning over and over and over and over and over and over again. Unless you're like an experienced fighting game player in this genre, you don't mind the ass whoopings because you know it's a learning experience at the end of the day. But for a newcomer, it's like, damn, bro, I bought this game, nobody's on it, I'm finding the same sweat lords on this game 24/7. This shit's not it, I'm a dip. And it's like, bro, like we need something, man. And on terms of the YouTube's, let me move on to another topic, right? Outside of Underknife, I kid you not, and this is my truth, and I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna be 100% authentic with y'all. When you look up certain content regarding YouTube or whatever, the content on Underknife and Birth side is so minimal. It's just old tournament footage, old outdated character guides. Now that I really think about it, I don't think there really is character guides for this version of the game. No, and God bless the people like Frozen Core and all these other people, Lunia and all of them, that make docs and guides on their respected characters so people can get an understanding of how these motherfuckers are supposed to be played. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't learn how to play Aurier or Mika. Frozen Core, if you watch this video, shout out to you, man. I appreciate that guide you made. And I don't know if you have the Discord or social media, but if I find it, I'm gonna link in the end of the video. Shout out to you, man. And shout out to all the people that generally make content for the game. Y'all the real ones. But again, my point being, in terms of the content outside the game, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Every fighting game community has a figure, or at least someone dedicated themselves to the game to push out the game so other newcomers can come and try out the game, making the game, you know, populated. Making the game populated so you don't, like, you know, you get variety. Underknife and Birth unfortunately doesn't have that. It does not have that. Nobody sticks with Underknife long enough to where it's like, damn, bro, I really want to make content for this game, but I know in the long run it's not gonna, it's like feeding water to a dead horse at this point. Even though that analogy seems kind of fucked up, it's the truth. It's like the community's so minimal and nobody's pushing out content for the game to where we're just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until people are like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna move on to Tekken. Fuck this, I'm gonna move on to Street Fighter. Fuck this, I'm gonna move on to Guilty Gear, Persona, whatever the case may be. And it like, I'm not gonna say yo Red Blade or anybody, yo, make a YouTube channel and start busting out clips. No, because if you're not passionate about the game in that way in terms of making content for it, then don't do it. But we desperately need that shit. Because if we can't attract different people to this game, our game is never going to grow. Our game is never going to flourish. Our game is never going to be at the pinnacle of what we know it can be at. If that last part made sense. Y'all probably look at me like, damn, this motherfucker is really passionate about this laggy ass 5 frame or 6 frame game. Hell yeah, I am. Because this game got me into a beautiful ass genre. I have so much respect for Under Knife and Birth. And the fact that this game taught me a lot of fundamentals in fighting games, I come to appreciate that later on, bro. I could hop into other fighting games and be like, yo, I don't need to bust my ass like how I bust my ass with my first fighting game or with this game. Because it taught me shit. And not to say Under Knife is the only fighting game that do that. All other fighting games do that. But this game holds a special place in my heart because it was the first. If that makes sense. And people need to realize that this game is not going to get better if no one's out here talking about its issues or its flaws. No one knows what the Under Knife and Birth community is doing. Nobody. I don't even know. And you know what? Again, this is me being 100% real. When I look at like tournaments like Frosty Fausting, CEO, Combo Breaker, tournaments like that, and when I try to look for Under Knife tournaments, I have to go deep into the archives to find that shit. I forget what was the recent tournament. I think it was a CEO or some shit. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. There was a tournament, Texas Showdown or something like that. I know it's some tournament in Texas. I'm looking through Twitch. I'm looking through YouTube. I'm like, yo, I can find Fighter Z footage or Fighter Z tournament videos relatively quick. I can find Guilty Gear videos relatively quick. Smash, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 content, and that game is old as fuck. Relatively quick. Where's Under Knife? Oh, someone told me you have to subscribe to the channel to even see the VODs. Come on, bro. I couldn't even see the Under Knife tournament that happened in Texas because I couldn't find this shit. I legit couldn't find it. Oh, excuse me. And some people might be looking at this video and be like, why didn't you go to the Discord and to the event section, you dickhead? And I was like, I didn't know at the time, or you know, I don't really look in the Discord like that, but I want this game to be on the same spot like as other games. I don't want to have to make a whole Uncharted journey just to find one video. It should already be out there. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, in terms of content, we need someone, or we need content to where it can bring people into our fighting game. And I'm saying our fighting game because if you click on this video, whether you like it or not, you're a fan of this game. I don't care what anybody says. You're a fan of Under Knife and Birth and you want this game to flourish like me. But yeah, content side, the game needs to do better. In terms of tournaments and the hype that this game should be bringing, it needs to be a change. And this is me being 100% honest. Under Knife and Birth, or in terms of the hype and the tournaments, I feel like it's bland because it's not really an ignorant side to the community. Because that's what attracts people in, realistically speaking. It's the beefs, it's the rivalries, it's the upsets, it's the underdogs, it's the champions. Like, you know, Red Blade was running amok in ST, but that's really it. I want to see beef. Like, I want to see it. I want to see a different side of the community. I want to see a more ignorant side to the community, to where it's like, wow, he really said that. Yo, this is going to be an awesome set. Yo, there's history behind this match. Yo, I want to see that. And you know, it might be different from other people because, again, I don't think I mentioned this in the video yet, but I don't go to offline events and I don't go to locals. I play this game strictly online, right? So, and you know, that's my own dumbass fault because the game is probably doing amazing offline. If it is, then kudos to that. But in terms of online, I want to see more people. I want to see more people in it. I want to see new people. And you got to understand this too. I live in New York, so I have a local, which is probably Next Level or something like that, or NLBC. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm blessed enough to have a local in my region or in my city. What if the next person that lives in like Arizona, Las Vegas, Colorado, New Jersey, what if they don't have a local? And they really want to grind in Undernight? How the fuck are they supposed to get that grind? Oh, I'ma come in on Undernight with my 5 frames of lag, with my 6 frames of lag, and see if I can start busting these combos and hope to God this game or this match doesn't stutter. It's like, what about those folks? Because those folks that really want to level up are asked out at the end of the day. And don't you think it would be really cool if we can play against the West Coast, Japanese, Europe? Like, that shit would be dope as fuck. And I don't see why French Bread is not implementing rollback. That would be so cool, because okay, you know what, if I get a stable connection with Japan, yo, that's a whole region that could teach me something that my region's not doing. Now I'm getting some different type of shit, which is amazing. But again, this video is about 20 minutes long. I've been rambling for a while. I'm gonna say this: Under Knife and Birth is an extremely good game, and at the end of the day, my objective for this video is for this game to be populated and for this game to flourish, this game to be the best that I know it can be. But I have to turn on my PC because my monitor turned off. Talking too fucking much about this game. But at the end of the day, I love Under Knife and Birth. I love this community. That's why I'm saying the shit that I say. If I offend anybody with some of the things I said, I am in the Under Knife and Birth Discord. If you want to talk to me about anything, feel free to hit me up. I will gladly reach back to anybody that wants to have a constructive conversation on the matter, right? If you're gonna call at me and yell at me, well, that's cool. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna listen to you regardless. I'm just gonna think you're ignorant, but I'm gonna listen to you. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me. For anyone that's still stuck with me to the end of this video, I appreciate y'all. Yo, COVID's still a thing, so mask up, social distance. You don't want to get your family sick. Appreciate life. And yeah, much love to y'all. Catch y'all in the next video.